All right, I am back again. It's your boy Lil, and I'm here to talk about the Rams, who just defeated the Minnesota Vikings 38-31. What a game! I mean, it was a pretty good game. Obviously, about to look at that score. No defense. You should know that no defense was played at all, and these are two top five, probably top three defenses in the NFL in the Vikings and the Rams. And absolutely no ounce of defense was played last night. Basically last night because it's past 12 o'clock. So I'll call it last night. You get what I'm saying. But what a game for Jared Goff. I mean, obviously this guy wasn't going golfing. He was playing some daggone football. I mean, 26 of 33 for 465 yards, five touchdowns, and zero interceptions. Wow. And you know what's crazy? He was actually the first quarterback to throw for 400 plus yards on the Rams since Matt Bulger back in '04. So Jared Goff definitely had him a game. I watched that game. He was slinging it all over the yard. It was almost like playing frisbee. It was just like it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable how he was spreading the ball out. Obviously, he has a lot of weapons at his disposal. You see, the reason why initially I didn't pick the Rams to go to the Super Bowl when I made my early Super Bowl predictions on the first episode of Mike and Leo this season was because I thought that I knew how good the Rams defense was, but I didn't know if that offense will progress like how it did, like how it was doing. The offense was good last year. Don't get me wrong, but I felt that they were a little young and Golf needed more toys. Obviously, they got Brandon Cooks from New England. I don't know why New England gave up Brandon Cooks because they damn sure need him right now. They struggling offensively, and I felt that Brandon Cooks being a guy who for the last 3 years have over 1,000 yards. I don't know why New England let him go at all. But even with Brandon Cooks, I just didn't know how good this offense was going to be. I thought it was going to be mid-level, your typical probably top 10 offense, but I didn't know it was going to be this good. This offense really complements the defense. So now you got guys that are injured like Khalib, and they're still able to, play good. That defensive line is crazy with Aaron Donald and Dominican Sue. I mean, they got after Kirk Cousins. I believe Aaron Donald had like 2 sacks, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, what else can you say? You know what I'm saying? But sticking on the offensive side of the ball for a minute, Jared Goff, like I said, had an excellent game, throwing for 456 yards or 465 yards. He was spreading the ball out. Robert Woods caught a touchdown, a deep ball. He had 5 receptions, 101 yards, and 1 touchdown. Great game for him. Sometimes he gets overlooked. Brandon Cooks had his best game yet. All right, he had his best game yet on the Rams, catching 7 balls for 116 yards. Cooper Kupp, 9 receptions, 162 yards. And this guy's like a slot guy. This guy's is underrated. To me, he's a better version of Wes Welker. To be honest with you, Cooper Kupp. He's one of Jared Goff's favorite target. 2 touchdowns, 162 yards, 9 receptions. The thing that strikes me the most about this offense is not the way how Jared Goff plays. Because obviously Jared Goff is balling out the beamer right now in his third year in the NFL. He's improved each year. The first year, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the rookie jitterbugs. He didn't really have that decent of a team around him anyway. But his second year, which was last year, he mightily improved. Now this year, he's looking like he's a veteran. Like he been there for like 20 years playing football, honestly. But what strikes me the most is how diverse this offense is. How much receivers caught balls. I mean, it's split down the middle. Cooper Cup had 9 receptions. Brandon Cooks had 7 receptions. Robert Woods had 5. Even Todd Gurley had 4 receptions. And he's the running back for 73 yards. You still got Todd Gurley. That's the crazy part about it. To me, Todd Gurley's the best running back in football. He is. He's the best running back in football. Me and Mike both say it all the time. He's the best running back in football. So you got Jared Goff, you got Todd Gurley, you got receivers. You got like, what is it? 3 receivers over 100 yards. 3 receivers over 100 yards. Oh, like literally over 100 yards. I don't know who's stopping this offense. I really don't know who's stopping this offense. And I didn't even get to the defensive side of the ball yet of the Rams. We sticking offense here. We talking offense right now. So diverse. I mean, they was airing the ball. There's nothing Minnesota could do. They was airing that ball out. Airing that ball out. And it's crazy because Brandon Cooks, he's a guy that can stretch the football field. And he's fast. He's one of the fastest wide receivers in the league. So he draws a lot of attention because, you blink, he burns you. It's over. So it opens a lot. It opens the way for a lot of these wide receivers to get open and get balls thrown to them by Jared Goff. It opens Cooper Cup. It opens Robert Woods. And it's just like, wow. How do you stop this offense? If it's playing, if this offense plays like how it plays tonight, because obviously later on in the year, the weather get cold, balls get slipperier, it's bad weather. But if this offense could play how it played tonight, I don't see nobody stopping this team. And like I said, I didn't even get to the defensive side of the ball yet. That defense is crazy. That defense is crazy. Literally. Aaron Donald, Adamakin Sue, Marcus Peters. I mean, this is unbelievable. Marcus Peters, 6 tackles. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable how good they are. And Aaron Donald had 3 tackles, actually. He had 3 tackles, not 2. He had 3. Adamakin Sue had 2. Man, I just don't know, man. I don't know how do you beat this Rams team. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. I really don't. I had a caller on Mike and Lil, season premiere, who said, he believed the Rams is gonna win 4 straight Super Bowls. I mean, that sounds a little bit like, outlandish, a little bit like a real hot take. I mean, I remember when he said that, it kind of got us riled up. It got the show pumped up. You know how we are. We keep it real. But this team, man, this team is built. It's built for the next couple of years. To me, I would go out on the limb and say this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't usually do hot takes on live like this, only during my radio show. When I do, when you would definitely catch me doing a hot take or saying something crazy because it generates ratings, but I actually believe it. I don't say nothing I don't believe. But I'm gonna say a hot take right now. I'm gonna give y'all a hot take. You don't even have to wait till Tuesday. Mike and Lil keeping it real on 90.5 and streaming live here to listen to me right now. I got you right now. I'm gonna get you with a hot take. Get that fire in here. Get that fire in here. It's about to get hot. It's getting hot. Getting hot right now. I got a hot take. Now, I mean, then again, it might not be a hot take. It might be an obvious take. I don't know. It depends on how y'all view it. But to me, I think that the Rams are probably going to be the next Golden State of football. All right. I repeat. I repeat. No need to check. Do a head check. I'll repeat it for y'all. Cause I know y'all probably like, wait, hold on, I'm hearing wrong. Did he just say, no, you ain't hearing wrong. You got good behind hearing, y'all. That got good behind hearing. Ain't nothing wrong with y'all ears. I said it, and I say it again. Run it back. The Rams is going to be the next Golden State of football. And I really believe so. I really believe so. They're going to be the next Golden State of the NFL. I'm not saying they're gonna win four in a row like the caller said on my show, but they're gonna be up there a lot. They're gonna have a big say in who goes to the Super Bowl. They are actually gonna participate in the Super Bowl. I just don't see a team in the NFL that is as balanced as the Rams are. I just don't see it. I initially picked Atlanta to go to the Super Bowl, a couple weeks ago, like before the season started, but I don't see this Atlanta team beating the Rams. I don't now. I don't see it. I don't the best maybe the best team outside of the Rams in the NFC might be New Orleans. That's the only team that I could see that could compete. And I don't even think New Orleans could beat the Rams. Especially if the Rams get home court, New Orleans is not gonna do it. They're not gonna beat them. They didn't even beat them last year. They lost on the road last year to these guys. And these Rams are way better than last year. So it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary. Should the Rams be the favorites in the NFL? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. They 4-0 right now. They balling. They well balanced offensively. They well balanced defensively. They got a good secondary. They got a good defensive line. They got a good offensive line. They got a good quarterback. They got good wide receivers. A field goal kicker. Well, he makes his kicks for the most part. They got a good young coach in LA. The college. I, I don't know what else to say. I just don't know. I don't know what else to say. What else do y'all want me to say? What else do y'all want me to say? But moving on, the Vikings side of things. Like I said, the Vikings they played good ball. I'm not going to take anything away from them. They just weren't the better team. Sometimes you play good. Sometimes you show up. You put it out. You put it all out there on the table, on the line. You play your heart out. But sometimes you're just not better, and it's all right. It's all right. They just have to face it. They're not better than the Rams. Now they fall to 1-2-1. They should have beat Green Bay. Obviously, they didn't win because of their kicking situations. But it seemed like that was probably handled today because Seven Bailey didn't do a bad job. So I'll give them that. They seem like they or Devin Bailey, whatever his name is. He made all three of his field goals. So you know that's good. But my thing is here. The reason why I feel the reason why I feel like a lot of people is sleeping on the Vikings and with good reasoning is because of Captain Kirk. They don't know if this guy is going to be that guy. And don't get me wrong, he played good tonight. He played good. He played good. 36 to 50, 422 yards, 3 touchdowns. You could call him Captain Kirk with that performance. Captain Kirk. You could call him that. But he's not a guy that, you know, over time shows you that he's consistent. He'll have a game like this, putting up 422 yards. Then he'll have a game like, what are you doing? What are you doing? They lost to the Bills last week. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know. I believe that this Vikings team can compete, but I just don't know if they have what it takes to win it all. That they have what it takes to get out the NFC. When me, Mike, and Jake on Mike and Lil keeping it real, season premiere made our predictions. Not one of us had the Vikings going. And on paper, the Vikings looked like they should have been the best team in the NFL. On paper. But none of us had them going. We had I had Atlanta. They both had the Saints. You know what I'm saying? The reason why, and I asked them. I said it on the show. Why do none of y'all have the Vikings going? And we all agreed because we just don't know how consistent Kirk Cousins can be. But to me, overall, he's having a good year. Overall, he's having a good year. Can he keep that up? That's yet to be seen. That's yet to be seen if he can keep it up. You know what I'm saying? It's yet to be seen. We have to see. And I don't know why they keep giving this ball to Laquan Treadwell because obviously this dude can't catch. He can't catch. If his life was on the line to catch a ball, well, bye bye. Look, see ya on the other side, my brother, because he cannot catch that football. He dropped so many balls up in Green Bay at Green Bay, and obviously he dropped a couple tonight or last night, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know. I mean, I'll say, you know, that's good sportsmanship by Kirk Cousins to, continuously feed your guy to get him his confidence. But at the end of the day, the boy can't catch. The boy can't catch, man. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Teams like they literally towards it to in that game they was letting Laquan Treadwell get open because they was daring him to catch that football. Everybody else was guarded up, but they let him rock. You know what I'm saying? Throwing away. I see why Kirk Cousins went to him again because he's open. But I don't. He gonna find his way on the bench very soon. He gonna find his way on the bench. All right, because he have no hands at all. Adam Thielen, he had an excellent game. He had an excellent game. I mean, this dude was balling. He was balling. He had 8 receptions for 135 yards and 1 touchdown, and that was an excellent pass that Kirk Cousins threw in the back of the end zone to get him that 1 touchdown. He played excellent. Stephon Diggs, obviously the leading receiver on that team, the go-to guy. 11 receptions, 123 yards. He played good. He always played good. He always shows up. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the Vikings are still a pretty good team. Even though they 1-2 and 1, I believe they're much better than that record shows. I believe they can compete with almost anybody in the NFC. But I don't know if they have what it takes to get over the hump now. The Rams, on the other hand, they look like they might not lose for a minute. They might not lose for a minute. I gotta see their schedule and who they play next. But right now they 4-0. They 4-0 right now. And I just don't see a team in the NFL that's as balanced as the Rams are. They play Seattle next, I believe, at Seattle. Seattle's always a tough place to play, but I don't believe that's the same. This is the same Seattle team that we're accustomed to seeing for the last couple of years with that Legion of Boom. Obviously, that's no longer there. That's a winnable game. At the Broncos, Case Keenum, that'd be a pretty good game, but it's winnable. Listen, man, if the Rams aren't your Super Bowl favorites, then you could tell me who you believe are your Super Bowl favorites. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, you know, despise you because of your opinion, but the Rams definitely should be your Super Bowl favorites right now because they just well balanced. But that's it. That wraps it up for the live. Um, Probably not gonna go live again until my radio show on Tuesday. But if something pop out, like if it's some major news that pop out, you definitely can find my live. I will talk about it. So with that, I'm out of here. One love.